I'm going to show you guys my first ever paycheck from my new remote tech job. And not only that, I'm going to show you exactly how much I got paid, but also I'm going to show you my 5-step framework of how I even broke into tech in case you want to do so as well. And if you stay to the end, I'll show you guys my bonus check, my commissions check that I received this last month, and how it essentially like just doubled my salary. So let's get into it. So first and foremost, guys, give me some grace. I'm streaming for like the second time ever on this channel, like ever. And I'm using a new software and I've never used it before. And we're just gonna flow with things. Like I wanted to put out some content, but I also wanted to edit it and do all these things that I was just like, you know what? Let's try live streaming. So I hope you guys can even hear me. Like the mic, I hope the mic is working. I hope everything is working. So let's get into some things. So first and foremost, I'm going to tell you guys, like I said, I'm going to show you my check. But before we get to that, previously, before I even got to this tech job, I was unemployed. If you guys have been following this channel for a while, I'm always trying different businesses and like side hustles and everything like that. And I was previously a freelancer. But for some time I was unemployed, wasn't taking on any clients, just trying to figure out where I was kind of headed next in my life, career-wise. So as I said, I'm going to show you guys how pretty much in 4 weeks, I went from unemployed, no car, living in my parents' house with my child, to today, where I have a really, really nice remote tech sales job. I have a new apartment, a brand new apartment, have my own car, and I'm paying off debt. And it just feels so, so good. So let's get into it. Whoa, you see, like, give me some grace, guys. Like, it's just going all over the place. Okay, so let's break down my first paycheck because I know that's what everybody wants. And honestly, this is kind of like, it takes a lot of vulnerability to show like how much you're making online because it's just weird. It's like, people just know a portion of your life, which is like your financial status or your financial whatever. It's vulnerable putting your earnings online. It just is. So I was inspired by other people who did this. So hopefully this inspires other people to get into whatever industry that they're looking to get into. Specifically, this is obviously about tech sales, but just pay transparency, salary transparency, like that's important to me. Like I feel like if I knew what jobs were paying in college, I probably would have chose a different career or a different major, or just my life would have probably been different if I knew exactly what people were making in specific careers. So hopefully this helps somebody. So basically my 2-week paycheck is about $2,100 every 2 weeks. And that comes out to about an hourly pay of $26 an hour. And with my on-target earnings, I am on pace to earn about $75,000 this year. Within the year, I started in March, so by next March, I should earn $75,000. And keep in mind, this is an entry-level job with no experience, zero tech experience. And I'm working from home, and I have a clear path to 6 figures within 1 to 2 years. Actually, the time frame is between 12 to 18 months, but it could be sooner than that. So just keep that in mind. On average, so like my current salary base, my base salary is $55,000, and then my on-target earnings is $75,000. So basically, if I just show up, I'm gonna make $55,000. If I do what I'm supposed to do and get my commissions, I'm gonna make $75,000 in total. Hope that makes sense. And I want to show you guys. Oh my gosh, I don't know why it keeps doing this. Okay, so this is my check, as you guys can see. I wasn't going to show the actual pay stub because another creator did that, and they actually got in trouble by their job because people are crazy. They will go and try to, like, I don't know, just don't do anything to compromise my job, guys. I'm able to make this content for you guys and put on the lights and all these different things because I have the job. So if you guys do something to put my job in jeopardy, that'll be an issue. So please just, be cool. So this is my first paycheck. This is how much I made, $2,100, just about $2,100. And that was really nice. Again, this is an entry-level job. Most people in America make $40,000 to $50,000 a year. So if your first ever job, this is not my first ever job, but this could be your first ever job, theoretically, if it doesn't require an experience, and it doesn't. So without any experience, got a job, essentially making $26 an hour, right? And then, oh, you know what? I said I was going to save this to the end, but I actually just realized it's in my next slide. So we're going to try to skip that. My bonus check. Hopefully we can skip it. Hold on. Let me see. You guys might have saw it. Whatever. Hold on. Okay. We're going to get to that. You guys probably saw it, but we'll get to it at the end. Okay. So we're going to talk about why tech sales. Basically, I've been in other sales industries before. And if you guys have been watching this channel, you would know, specifically real estate, where it's so different. Like it's 100% commission. Like any of those other sales jobs that people know about, real estate sales, solar sales, pharmaceutical sales. Well, I don't know about pharmaceutical sales. Real estate sales, solar sales, roofing sales, all those different types of sales, they're usually 100% commission. And like, that's no fun because depending on the economy, like it may be up for you, it may be down for you. And like, that's just really difficult. Like the instability of finances is really hard to deal with when you have consistent bills. Like you can't have consistent bills, you have the monthly bills that you have to pay, but your income is inconsistent. Like it just makes life really hard. So I got into tech sales because I wanted to basically start to avoid the feast or famine cycles. So it's like when it's up, it's up. When the economy is good, people are buying houses, like everything is good. But when it's down and when we hit COVID, I mean, the pandemic, whatever you want to call it, to avoid being, to avoid my YouTube video getting strikes or whatever, we hit that stage in the economic society or whatever, and it was really hard to sell houses. It was really, really hard. I was the agent at that point. I had been doing some real estate investing, aka wholesaling at the time, and we were doing very well. And then we ran into those issues when people were like really stuck, couldn't really go anywhere, obviously. So that was tough, right? So that was in a downturn, and it was hard to make money, and I still had my monthly bills coming in. So at that point, I decided to make a switch. And at that point, soon after that, I got married, and I was just like, you know what? We knew we wanted to start a family. And I was like, I'm not doing this with inconsistent income. Like I need something consistent. And so going into tech sales, I realized like, this is the only sales job that I'm familiar with. I'm sure there's probably others, but the only sales job that I'm familiar with that will give you a base salary plus commission. Because at the very least, if you show up, you will get paid X amount. In tech sales, it's usually around 50 to 60,000 on average for the base salary. And then on target earnings could be 80 to 100,000. So you get paid to show up, which is really, really nice. And then also with that, there's remote flexibility. A lot of these tech sales jobs are remote. Like pretty much everybody that I know working in tech sales is remote. There's probably a handful that work like hybrid, and then some that work in office, but mostly remote. And I'm a big fan of remote. Some people like to go in the office. I do not. I'm a mom, I'm a wife. I'm not trying to go anywhere. I'm trying to use my lunch break to make my dinners, to go work out, to do anything that I need to do in the middle of the day besides be at the office. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of remote work. Some tech sales jobs also offer stock options, which is really nice. Mine doesn't, but that's cool. Some companies, especially startups, will offer you equity in the company to be able to cash out at a later time, especially if the company's growing really fast. Let's say they got like their funding and everything like that. And then another part of it, the reason why I chose tech sales is work-life balance, like being able to just be home. Like being home is really nice. It adds to the work-life balance. Because like I said, like in the middle of the day, when I'm on my lunch break, I can go to the gym. Like I can do what I need to do. I can go to the grocery store. Like even if it's not my lunch break, I can go to the grocery store, do what I need to do, as long as I get my work done, because I have autonomy over my work. I don't have my manager like watching over me trying to figure out what I'm doing. Like they see the activity in their, in the CRM, they see what I'm doing. So I'm getting my work done. I'm exceeding quota. I'm hitting quota month after month. Like, so I'm doing what I need to do. And then it's a clear career path. I'm going to show you guys the career progression at a later slide, but it's very simple. It's like you go from sales development representative, which is the entry level role, which is what I'm in. Then you go to account executive. That's where you can start making the 6 figures that I'm going to talk about later. Then you go from account executive, you can go into like the sales development manager, or you can go into like account executive for like mid-market or enterprise account executive, basically working bigger and bigger companies, bigger accounts. signing bigger deals. And that's where you could go into that's where your earnings get up into the $500,000 or $1 million a year range. And it's crazy because I never thought as a W-2 employee that you can make $1 million. I thought that was like reserved for like the top CEO level people. But like as an account executive, which is the position after the SDR, you can make $1 million. Now, granted, you have to be probably enterprise level, but that ability to make that much money is there. It is there, and it's very available. So I wish this thing would stop skipping like this, but I don't know how to stop it from doing that. So bear with me, guys. Okay, so this is exactly how I got a tech sales job. And take it how you want to take it, but this is what I did. So you don't have to do it my way. There's a lot of ways. What's that phrase? Different ways to skin a cat, whatever. A lot of ways to climb a mountain, whatever you want to call it. There are many ways to do one thing. And the way I did, or the route I took, was investing myself, buying this course, and it's called CourseCareers. And the reason why I did that is because I'm a big fan of not shortcuts, but I just want to learn from the people who have already done it. Like, I don't want to bounce around. I don't want to be, trying to figure it out. I just want to get to the source. Like, I want to hear directly from the source. So CourseCareers, it's basically, this course is taught by somebody who was already in tech sales, who was already making like $300,000. And he basically showed you the path. The CEO of CourseCareers, he also started in tech sales, and he shows you the path. So it's just like, I just want to learn from people who have already done it. I don't want to reinvent the wheel at all. So I'm always willing to pay for coaching, courses, whatever I need to get to that next step, or to get to the step that I'm looking to get to. So basically, I made a strategic investment in myself, which was the course. I hacked the network of CourseCareers, and I'll talk about that later. I filled out quality applications, had a very direct approach when I was reaching out to the right people, and I mastered the interview process. So, as I mentioned, I made an investment. The investment was $450. And guys, like, I can't even tell you how simple this investment is. Like, it's literally, first of all, you get a free course in the beginning. So any of the courses that you decide to do, they have other courses. They have like project management, they have like IT, they have all these different courses that you can take if you're interested in breaking into that career. With tech sales, like I said, they have a free course. So I got the free course. So that's the initial value, right? I'm like, okay, well, this seems like something I could do, right? I figured out whether I want to do it or not. And then not only that, they give you 14 days to decide if you want to do that course or if you want to switch to another course. So if you go through tech sales and you're like, you know what, I'm more interested in IT, then you have 14 days to switch into the IT course. So like, you just have so much flexibility. And on top of that, after you do decide to purchase, it's $450. If you want to pay up front, you can, but they have payment plans, and you can start with $100, guys. Like, you can literally start with $100. So not only do you get a free course, you get 14 days to try it out, and then you get a $100 payment plan. Like, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. But the point of this video is not to sell you. I'm just telling you what I did and why I'm kind of just like amazed at the process of this. So I took the tech sales course and I learned a bunch of things. I learned the actual job skills, no theory. I learned the CRM software training, cold calling techniques, LinkedIn outreach, interview preparation. And as I said, I hacked the network. And how I did this was I basically, instead of trying to think about the companies that I wanted to work at, I just looked at the companies that the graduates of CourseCareers, the tech sales course were working at, contacted them, networked with them, and then got them to introduce me to their hiring managers. So essentially, I got warm referrals to people to open positions at companies that were already hiring. So I think, honestly, like, that was the fastest way I got interviews and multiple offers. And I recommend this to everybody because I'm also a coach in CourseCareers, and I recommend this to everybody that's in the course. Like, just connect with people, because we all were in that position of looking for a job. The people who have already gotten jobs were in the position of looking for a job at one point. So we don't mind helping other people. When people reach out to me, I do not mind helping them. I have referred people to the open positions at my company, so like, take advantage of the network. Like, it's more like, we know that information is commoditized now, right? Like, we live in a society where pretty much you can find any information that you need on ChatGPT or Google, whatever, and that's cool. But I want to know that I'm getting the right information And I want access to the people who have also gotten the same results that I'm looking for. And the access to the people, honestly, is the biggest thing. Like your network truly is your net worth. So yeah, that's pretty much how I got my job. That's not how I got my job. That's actually how I got multiple interviews and multiple offers. But I got my job actually through something like they found me on LinkedIn through like my LinkedIn optimization, which I learned from CourseCareers. So I accepted that job and they found me through LinkedIn, but I set myself up to have multiple interviews and make more money with my current job because I leveraged all the offers that I had to get a higher offer with the current company that I have. I hope that makes sense. With the current company that I work for. So I only applied, you would think like I applied to like hundreds of applications, hundreds of companies, hundreds of jobs. I didn't. I got a job in 4 weeks, and that's because I was very strategic with my outreach and my applications. I only applied to 20. It was about 22 companies. Never did easy apply. I applied directly through the company websites. And as I said, a lot of these were referrals from the people, from graduates of CourseCareers. And I reached out to the hiring managers directly or the recruiters, whoever I needed to reach out to, I reached out to them directly. I cold called them or cold emailed them. I just made sure to show up in their inbox or on their phone at some point somehow, because I wanted to show my interest. I just wish these slides would stop skipping around. Okay, step 5, interview mastery. In the CourseCareers course, they have, well, they advise you to really sharpen your interview skills. So I did a lot of mock cold calls where I practiced with AI. They have AI simulators, not like multiple, like different websites, AI simulators to like cold call and stuff like that. Even ChatGPT does it. And so I prepared for like real-time objection handling. So obviously objection handling in tech sales is huge. So I definitely did that. I practiced the top 10 questions that they ask in tech sales, which CourseCareers actually gives you a template. And it was really nice because they gave you the top 10 questions that interviewers asked you, and then they gave you good answers for it. So you kind of had a template of how to answer the question and just relate it back to your story. So that was really, really helpful because almost every question that was on the templates that CourseCareers gave us was the questions that were asked to me in the interviews that I went on. So that was extremely helpful. And then just building confidence. Like you would be surprised at how many people just don't sound confident in their interview. They sound hesitant. They just don't sound like they know what they're doing or what they're talking about. And hiring managers can sniff that out from a mile away. So definitely got to build your confidence. And so the results, in the first 1 to 2 weeks, it took me about 2 weeks to finish the program, and it could have taken me 1 week, but it was like a 3 or 4 day slump where I was just like, I don't really know if this is for me, if I really want to do this. So I took a couple of days off, and then I got back into it. I was just like, you know what, let me just go full force, full steam ahead. And I finished it in 2 weeks. Right. And this was like going like literally right now, it's 11 p.m. right now. This was when I would study and go through the course after my son goes to sleep, because I have a toddler, he's 2. And even at that time, it was like really difficult. So I would basically be studying from like 9 p.m. to about 11 p.m. So that was my prime time, because that's really the only time that I have after he goes to sleep. So after week 2, we got week 3, and week 4 is when I applied and interviewed a ton. Not a ton. I honestly had like 4 interviews. Like that's it, because that's all I needed. And then, yeah, I got 3 offers out of the 4 interviews. But let's keep it real. I did get rejections. This was not a process where like I just got everybody who I applied to. Obviously I didn't. I got a lot of rejection. In fact, I think it was week 3 where I got like, it was like rejection after rejection, like back to back. Monday through Wednesday was like rejections. And then Thursday I got like 2 interviews. So it was crazy. And yeah, I honestly almost gave up. Like that first week of interviews, or after, after I applied, I got a lot of rejections, and it was starting to really weigh on me. And I'm just like, do I really want to do this? I'm not sure. Leave a comment down below if you've ever felt this when applying to jobs. And like at some point you're just like, you know what, I'm just going to stay where I am, or I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing because I don't feel like applying anymore, because applying to jobs is a full-time job. If you understand what I'm talking about, please leave me a comment down below and let me know that you understand. But applying for jobs is almost a full-time job. So I feel your pain if you're in the process. But yeah, eventually I did get multiple offers, and I leveraged those offers to eventually choose the one that the company I wanted to work for. So let's talk about the reality of tech sales. So tech sales has great work-life balance, as I mentioned earlier. You're working 9 to 5, or I even have the flexibility to work 8 to 4. But to be honest, it's really however much time I need to get the job done, to get the work done I have for that day. And I can always get it done between those hours. I was worried about, when I was getting into tech sales, I was originally worried about, like, do I have to work like long hours, super long hours or anything like that? Because I'm a mom and I got to go get my son by 5:30 from school. So I didn't want to be working like ridiculously long. So it is 9 to 5, no weekends. And when you first get hired, you actually have a 3-month ramp period. So you're just learning for the first few months. You're still working, but you're mostly learning for the first 3 months. And another thing, a misconception that people had, that I also had, is like, if you miss quota, that you get fired immediately. And that's not the case. Usually they give you a few months to kind of get yourself accustomed, and even if you are missing quota, your hiring, or not your hiring manager, so your sales manager will get with you to try to work through it with you, at a good company, I would hope. I know my sales manager would. And like I said, there's a clear progression path to 6 figures, which is what I'm currently on right now, which is really nice. Here are the positions. You go from a sales development representative, which is the role that I'm in right now. And it's also known as a business development representative, so BDR or SDR. That is, base salary is anywhere from 50 to 60K typically. And then on target earnings, it will be total compensation from about 70 to potentially 100K. So you can potentially make 100K in your first year. And then account executive, base salary, I would say ranges anywhere from it could be from 60 to 80 base salary I've seen. And then your on target earnings might be anywhere from 150 to 200K. You can definitely make 6 figures. You should make 6 figures as an account executive. And then you can go from that to a senior AE, sales manager, or VP in sales. And like I said, you can hit 500K to 100K to $1 million as an enterprise account executive. So do not sleep on that position. And it only takes you 12 to 18 months on average to get to an account executive position. But yeah, the challenge for this is that you need thick skin, because one of the main core skills of being an SDR or being in sales in general is dealing with rejection, and specifically cold calling. And this is when you're calling people out of the blue, you're interrupting their day to bring awareness to the product or the solution that you have for them. But I'll tell you one thing, this skill does pay you for life. Once you learn it, you just become so much more confident. You become you're just able to do more things. You're able to talk to people better, which is a huge skill, especially now in the day of AI. Your people skills just increase dramatically. And yeah, just being able to think on your feet, talk to people, and just handle objections, and eventually get them to, buy a product or a solution that you're offering. These are great skills. I'm losing my voice here, guys. So yeah, my career change took 4 weeks. I got stability, good money, remote work, benefits, and a clear path to 6 figures. And basically, if you're interested in doing the same, I definitely recommend you check out CourseCareers, just because it's a really life-changing opportunity. It was for me, and it could be for you. So now, as I told you guys, if you made it to the end, I will show you my bonus check that doubled my salary. So let's go all the way back here. This is it. This is my bonus check. So my salary was, remember my salary, I mentioned it earlier, $2,100. And then this is my commission check, $2,300. And I also get a gym reimbursement, which is really nice. But my commission check is $2,300. So that literally more than doubled my salary. And that was really, really nice to get. So essentially, if I do what I'm supposed to do every month, I should almost either close to it or double it, because I actually did exceed quota. I exceeded quota. So this paycheck is based on me booking more meetings than I was actually supposed to book, which is good. But regardless, if I do what I'm supposed to do and I hit my quota every single month, I should make an additional about 2K, which essentially doubles my salary. So if this goes perfectly every month, I could make like 100K. But as of right now, hitting my quota, I'm on track to make exactly what my, on target earnings is, which is $75,000 or maybe even 80,000. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. This is my first time live streaming, so that was interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to possibly doing this more. If you guys like this form of video, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you stayed to the end. I know it was a little wonky because I accidentally showed the slide earlier, but then I showed it at the end. Just let me know. Let me know if you stayed to the end. Drop like a 1 or yes. Drop a yes in the comment section if you stayed to the end. It took me a lot to put this together. It took me like literally, guys, like 2 hours of figuring out the tech with all this. So I hope you liked it. I'm ready to go to sleep. If you're interested in transitioning into tech sales or tech in general, I would actually recommend going down in my description box. I'm going to leave a link to CourseCareers, the free course, if you want to look into tech sales. And I'm going to leave a link to the AI career counselor that they recently launched that will actually help you figure out if tech sales or another career might be a good option for you. It'll just show you like, what your options are based on your personality and see if you're a good match for, whichever of the jobs are available. So I would recommend you do that if you're not sure if you want to go into tech sales, but if you are ready to jump or transition to a new career, I would highly recommend going to CourseCareers because it's just simple and easy, and the people that you meet is amazing, and you'll get the help that you need to transition. With that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next episode, on the next live stream. Live streaming is so awkward. I'll see you guys later. I don't even know how to end the live stream. All right, see you guys. See, I don't know how to end it. It's crazy. Hold on now. Wow. I don't know how to end it, guys. It's not letting me end it. My computer is like basically frozen. All right, that didn't end it. I'm still live streaming. This is crazy. No, this is like no joke. Guys, my computer is frozen. Wow. No way. I can literally not shut off my live stream. So what's going to happen? I'm just going to be on live stream forever? Oh man, tech problems, guys. This is crazy. Let's see if I can Control-Alt-Delete.